Pokémon could be an amazing film or TV series. The world and the lore seems like it has growth almost yearly, and some iconic characters that rival even Marvel. I just went through the main cast of Pokémon and attached actors on who could play those roles. So if you're looking for Ash, Misty, Brock, or even Professor Oak, I tackled them in the last video. As for today, I'm going to tackle the ones you've been requesting. Of course, Team Rocket, as you pointed out, and a couple more. But before we get started, I want to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, you've heard of it, but have you ever tried it? Because Raid is the first game to really bring the console-like experience to your phone. With over 600 champions that have unique and specific skills, it will keep you playing. I've been using Jintoro, who looks awesome, and I've always enjoyed that he gets an extra turn after he kills an enemy. Or I've been using Royal Guard, who shines at PvE and killing bosses. There's a lot happening in Raid this month, like 5 new champions, overhauling the vault, and on top of that, Raid is running a Summer Splash event for the whole month, where you get your hands on some new skins. This is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click the link in the description below, or scan the QR code here on screen, you'll get unique bonuses that are worth $30. We're talking about a free champion, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, 200,000 silver, and an ancient shard, so you can summon champions as soon as you get in-game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, so check out Raid if you haven't before. As for the castings today, we're tackling Team Rocket, Meowth, Nurse Joy, and Dawn. So let's cast Pokemon for live action. First up, we have Team Rocket. Now with Team Rocket, people generally look at pre-existing duos to cast here. And although I do agree that would work in some circumstances, to really nail both characters, I feel like it would be better to cast them individually. But that being said, if I did have to cast a pre-existing duo, I'd go for Anna Kendrick and Adam Devine. It would work if they essentially transform the characters to fit more of their personality, but I don't think it perfectly translates into those characters we saw in the show, so we're looking at them individually. Now it's important to me that these actors have some sort of comedic background, because these characters, while they aren't completely comedy, they're kind of a joke within the world. Jesse should have a temper, and James being a little bit softer and thoughtful. It's also important to note, while they do have that exterior of villainy, at their cores, they really aren't. They're a little bit softer than they let on. For James, I want that flamboyant nature and that silliness to really shine through. He's glamorous and not afraid to show it. That's why I went with Robert Sheehan, who even in real life is very outgoing with his style and isn't afraid to turn heads. I mean, his role in Umbrella Academy has hints of this, and it's pretty much an audition for this part.
Come on, stop with all the hostility, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Oh, wow, nice scar. Muy macho. Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth and just hug your brother.
His nature, the fluidity of his body, is right in line with James. I think he would fit this part like a glove. So Robert Sheehan as James. As for Jessie, I want that fiery nature and that little bit of drama queen to come through. She's quick to react, but of course at her core has that care. I went with Karen Gillan, who has proven that she can do comedy and things like Jumanji.
Hey you guys, I seem to be lost. Can you guys help me?
And as Nebula, she can really pull off that short temper and that anger and aggression.
I win, I bested you in combat.
If you mix those two characters, I think you'd pretty much end up with Jessie. Now, I like that she's similar in age to Robert, and although they haven't worked together before, I could totally see them working as a duo. So Karen Gillan as Jessie. Last up on Team Rocket, we have Meowth, who is a Pokemon who talks and definitely needs a voice, but it's important we have him be greedy and mischievous. He was always my favorite part of the group, not only for the humor, but because of his backstory, and really that loyalty to Jesse and James. I went with John Mulaney, who has voiced characters in the past like Spider-Ham, but I think he works perfect for Meowth. That New York type of speech that he has, and that undercutting nature is just great for this.
How did they phrase it? Then they said, give us some money! As a gift! We want a gift! But only if it's money!
I think he could play it up to be a little bit more villainous, but he's got the perfect kind of wisecracking, self-deprecating humor that I think works well with Meowth. So John Mulaney as Meowth. Next up, let's tackle Dawn. Now, Dawn is a personal favorite of mine among Ash's companions. I love the friendship they share, and if the series was going to expand past that golden trio, she's one character I would definitely want to see. She should be carefree and have that upbeat nature, and she's got this optimistic way that's just infectious. Again, she should be around the same age as the Ash we cast, so we're looking at someone roughly under 20. I went with Lauren Lyndon Donzis, who in my mind looks exactly like the part and seems like she was born for a role like this one. In No Good Nick, she has that smile and personality that just allows you to see a little bit of that Dawn shining through.
Hi, I'm Molly. Do you like quinoa? Or is this more of an ice cream situation?
So Lauren Lyndon Donzis as Dawn. Lastly, we have Nurse Joy. Now, Nurse Joy is a ball of sweetness, and there's really no better way to describe her. She's the ideal nurse to have, to tend to really anyone. My first thought was Ellie Kemper, but after remembering back to her and Brock, she's a little bit too old for this part. That's why I went with an unknown actress who's better known for her stage performances, but she really is just the embodiment of Nurse Joy. That's Kim Whalen. Like, just watch her for a second and just tell me you don't see Nurse Joy.
Because she paid you. I saw it. That's called a bribe, sir, and it's illegal. Or it should be.
Her voice just kind of seems like it was ripped from the show, and she's got that beautiful smile and that lovely nature that I just associate with Joy. So Kim Whalen as Nurse Joy. So there are the final characters for a Pokemon live action series. Let me know who you'd cast in these roles. We're going on to a new franchise next, so let me know what you'd like to see as always. As always though, thank you so much for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.